Okay guys, whenever you're ready.
What's your first reaction?
Looking out for the police. We probably did steal, but there were just enough signs just before halftime, and then there were enough signs through the third quarter when we had shots and we should have taken. You just can't miss the shots or butcher the ball like we did. And once the door opened, we were able to actually keep the pressure going. So, you know, it's silly to say, but it's our best last quarter. But we can't expect to go through a finals or come into finals and play that. And Port was sensational, let me tell you, but not be competitive like in that first quarter. And that's the, you know, if you take the game as a whole, we have to really analyse what took place. Was it stage fright? Was it over tense? No run, no. We were getting slaughtered on the loose ball, and that's, to me, that is either workload or you tighten up. So there's a few things to look at, but we'll grow as a side because of this. Now I don't know how far we can go, but the simple fact is we're there. I haven't seen the uncontested position. You're going to give me... No, that didn't... Well, I wouldn't know 100, but that's where I was leading to, that we just didn't spread, we didn't work to spread, we didn't work for one another, and the worst part about it was we were able to let them get that 100. So it's a double whammy effect. You don't work hard enough to stop them, they'll cut you to ribbons. This is a very good football side, very, very good football side. You know, it just shows you what you can do in 12 months when those kids have grown up and started to mature and self-belief, and they'll give it. I don't even know who's playing who next week, but whatever it is, they'll give that team a decent shake. Well, we have to change it around to get that right, and sometimes that gets a bit tied up in one-dimensional players who just play that one way, and then they almost become settled into that mindset, and they forget that there is a football to be won. And you know, it was a turnaround. Curnow kicked a goal. Gibbs created opportunity, but I don't think it was. I think there was a fairly comprehensive shift by all players. Some will still come away from there very poor contributors, but nonetheless we hung on long enough.
No, that's a repeat of what happened the week before, but that goal kicking particularly early.
Yeah.
What do you put that down?
I've been at several clubs, as you know, and we practice as long and as hard as anyone under fatigue shots on goal. I mean, you get a bloke like Schultz, he just does not miss because he's got a great, fantastic technique. Waite has got a good technique, and he misses 2 shots that bring us right back into the game before three-quarter time. No one, I don't think anyone means. I've never seen a player yet mean to miss a goal. So, you know, they're the things that have to be addressed over pre-season, is to work out, is it a mental thing? It's certainly physical for some people. You know, some guys have very, very poor technique and have had it, and very rarely you can change your technique at this age, but you can shuffle it. But those that are good technique, it's bizarre. Like last week, we had 34 shots to 20 and lose the game of footy. So perhaps that's a bit of a hangover from last week, I'm not too sure.
What's the best way to approach three-quarter final?
How is the best way?
What's the best way to approach?
Oh, well, I thought we got back in the game. We just didn't capitalise. What did we kick in the third quarter? So we outscored them, but they were 9 shots to 6. And I think when there's a flicker, you can't blow it out. You've got to make sure that flicker is still a creditable, achievable, positive flicker. Otherwise, you snuff that out, the game's dead. So once we started to run the football and then put the scoreboard pressure on, that made Port play differently.
I wonder how Port played. Are you surprised they started putting numbers beyond
Oh, no, that's their methodology. They were doing it from the word go. But they changed that right at the death because by that stage the game was starting to get away from it. And that's, you know, you've got to... And we scored against the +2 and then +1 and also with an even up. So it probably then it lost its shine a little bit, I suppose. So we were able to actually get through it, and that was significant.
And to see Matthew Cruz's return.
Oh, I don't think Matthew would be very happy with his game. Big blokes have got a poor record of coming back after absences of 2-3 weeks and jumping straight back into the slot they left. So he's got some work to do. Warnock was pretty good for us. I'm not too sure what the hit-outs total were. Now, 43-29, Port are a very good clearance side. And to measure off at 43-29, they weren't the figures at half-time. 35, Warnock's had 35 and Cruz had 12, so I think it probably says a lot about Cruz's game.
Mark Murphy seems to also let you know level in that second half really leading.
Needed to demonstrate leadership. And that wasn't about his goals. As I said to him, when he came out at the end, it was more about his leadership. And he's growing. So that was significant.
Do you approach the finals now? Do you have a sense of freedom to undo the
Well, I'm not one to get too far. The game's just finished. I'll weigh that up as we're on the bus and on the plane. In fact, we are going tonight, aren't we? That's right.
Yeah, any last questions?
Injury-wise?
No, we wouldn't have got injured in the first half, that's for sure.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.